10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, and happy Monday. Here we are again. One more show. Joining us live, hopefully, right, can connect. I have a special guest today. We didn't kind of announce it because it was a last minute thing that got in, but hopefully he can connect. I'm kind of waiting on it, but if not, we have a magnificent talk today. So hopefully you're ready. Stay tuned. We'll be right back right after this break.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way.
Well, there you have it. Hopefully that music got you all pumped up. So today is Monday, February 22nd, 222, right? So that's exactly what we're going to talk about. I do have a special guest. It's actually coming to us from Europe. So we're having some time differences and, we're trying to make it work. But if not, we're going to talk about this. So who here knows about numerology, astrology, energy, and all that good stuff that comes about just having a good aura around you, right? So today we're going to talk a little bit about that. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you're thinking. What do you think about that? Is this a myth? Is this an actual reality? Do you guys believe in energy? Do you guys believe in being at the right time with the right people? All of that. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about. So as everybody else is joining us, we're going to kind of wait a little bit. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So what do you guys think about that? Okay, who here from the people that are joining us? If you're joining us, please let us know where you're joining us from. We like to hear who watches us and where you watch us from, and all that cool stuff. I want to send a shout out. I want to send a hello to anybody who watches us, and cheeseburgerology. Oh my Lord. Hi, Frank. Thank you for joining us. Hey, no, this is serious stuff. So I was talking to somebody over the weekend that was telling me that everything that they do in life has to coordinate with people that are on the same channel as they are in energy, numbers, astrology, and of course we talked about faith and all that good stuff and how the two mix together. But it was mostly about astrology and energy and just how things can be completely worked out just with two people having the right energy, right? So we're going to talk about that today. Hopefully you guys are ready for this talk. So first of all, let's talk about who here believes about numerology, right? Numerology is supposed to be, hang on a second, because they're telling me about my guest. No, yeah, okay, get him on video. Okay, let me know. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. So again, hey, we're live. This happens. Last Thursday for my Spanish show, I had a terrible time connecting. We missed two shows, but two things that were supposed to be live because the internet, I guess somebody had crashed on a pole or something, and our internet had to be down for I don't know how long, and I just couldn't run it with just regular internet. So You know, it is what it is. So let's see what Frank is saying. Okay, Frank, you are my co-host for today. So give me a thumbs up if you want to be on camera, or send me a message, or we'll just do it like this with comments. But so Frank, you say you do believe in energy and astrology, but don't know much about numerology. Well, I got to share with you. So I've been learning a lot about numerology. And the funny thing is, like anything we do, right? Like if I've told you that I read the book, The 5 Love Languages, I kind of read it after my marriage. And then I figured out, oh my Lord, I should have known about this book before. Well, now I'm doing the same thing with numerology. So numerology is the one thing where you take your birthday, right? So you take your birthday. So let's do this exercise, right? I'll put it on here if I can. Let me see. So I'm going to create a banner that says, you take your birthday. So I'm not going to give you my exact birthday, but let's say your birthday was January 1st, 1975. Let's just say that, right? So let's say your birthday is 01011975, right? So you have to add every single one of those numbers. So if you're adding those numbers, then you're going to go 0 plus 1, that makes January, right? Plus 0 plus 1, that is the 1st of January. And then 1975, so plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 5 equals 24. And then it can't be double digits. So now you have to add the 2 and the 4. So 2 plus 4 equals 6. So that is 2 plus 4 equals 6. So then I'm going to add this banner and I'm going to show you. So that's how you do it. If your birthday was 1/1/1975, you add up every single digit, the 0 plus the 1 plus the 0 plus the 1 plus the 1 plus the 9 plus the 7 plus the 5 makes 24. And then you have to add the 2. 2 plus 4 equals 6. So 6 becomes your numerology number, right? And then there's different ones. There's like the life path, the compatibility, there's a whole bunch of things, right? A lot of variables, but this one is the main one. So let's talk about just your birthday, which is your overall, I believe, life path. And this is what my expert is going to talk about, but he's having a terrible time connecting. But we'll have him here on a follow-up as well if he can't connect in the next 10-15 minutes. So if your numerology is number 6, then you got to see whether it's a business partner, whether it is a love connection, whether it is, whoever that you're trying to create some type of relationship with. Again, business, pleasure, whatever. And then you got to see if both of you are compatible, and it will help you figure out a lot of the things about people. Actually, it freaked me out when I read my report, because I would say 80% of it was accurate about my traits and who I am and my character and everything. There was a couple of things that were like, she's this or she's that, or not she, but that number is this or that. And I was like, no, I'm not. I was being defensive, but it made me kind of pay attention to it and pinpoint, hey, am I really doing that? So it made me conscious at a minimum, right? So with that said, do your thing, do your birthday, and then tell me what number. If you're watching, tell me what number you are. You are a 6. There you go. Okay, perfect. So if you're a 6, then numerology, you should be able to run a compatibility report of who is the best match for you. So if let's say you're romantically involved with somebody, you can do a relationship report where you put your birthday and your partner's birthday, and then it would tell you if you guys are going to be a match or how you're going to clash, or if you're like a perfect match, because it doesn't mean you have one number. It just means there's different qualities that will bounce back from each other. So for instance, I have two best numbers that are compatible with me. That's a 9 and that's a 5. So if you're a 5 and you're a 9, you're a person that will be completely compatible with me. If you're any other number, then we're going to clash in a couple of things, and then we may need a marriage counselor or a couples counselor, right, to work out on our issues. But let's see, Michael. So Michael, send me your birthday, and I'll or do your birthday numbers. So do your birthday numbers, right? Whatever your birthday is, add up all those numbers and tell me what number it gives you. So if you give me that, we'll find out. So when we're running compatibility reports, right, in numerology, it's so cool, you guys. You guys have to do it. There is a website that does it for free. All of them are going to try to sell you stuff, okay? So be careful with those. But let me see. Oh, thank you, Angel. You're a sweetheart. Thank you. Saludos. Okay, so wait a minute. How could you be 55 and 99? That doesn't make sense, Michael. Michael, send me, if you want to send it to me privately, go ahead and send it to me privately, your birthday. If you want to post it here, then I can figure it out for you. But no, you can't be either 55 or 99. Frank, that doesn't. Oh my Lord. Okay, guys, I'm serious about this topic because I want to talk about something. I want to talk about, forget relationships romantically. Let's talk about business partners. Okay. And that was my topic for today. So I just went into a new partnership recently with a new gentleman. And the first thing I did when, he kind of exposed to me the way he wanted me to work with him, and I was looking at all the angles and everything just was really good. Like everything was aligning, right? So everything he was proposing, it was right up my alley. No, I understood you, Michael. I understood what you said in 55 and 99. No, give me your true birthday, okay? No cheating. But anyway, so that's how you do it. Okay, I'm going to leave that on the screen so you guys can see how to come up with your number. Yeah, I got to know your number because then I got to tell you this. So anyways, back to my story. So just everything was kind of flowing really good. And I'm one of those. I'm a positive person, positive thinking. I'm always, like if you give me any type of drama, I'm probably going to push you all the way to the back of the line. But I was assessing the opportunity. I wanted to see if I was going to take on this new partnership. Or if it was even worth it for me to offer my services as a partner to this person, because I also didn't want to waste his time. So I immediately was like, okay, so this checks. Okay, the numbers check. Okay, I could do this. Okay, I feel like this is my space and I will be of value to him. But then all of a sudden, I was like, I got that fear factor in, right? So how many of you go through that? Everything checks out and then fear starts coming along. Like, what if this doesn't work out? What if I can't do it for him? What if he's not telling me all that I should know? What if he's hiding things just to get me into this partnership? What if and it's a normal human response. This is the way your subconscious protects you, right? So it's that fear, and it's your choice how you're going to let it either overcome you and make a decision on your behalf, or you're going to stomp it. So I said, you know what? I need the third wheel. I need per se that extra opinion. So I said, let me run his birthday, and I want to see what his number in numerology is. I want to see what his character is. I want to see that. And then based on that, I'm going to know the way he is, and not by him telling me, right? Because at this point, he's going to try to pitch all the good things to me, because he's trying to convince me in some way or form to work with him, and vice versa. I could be trying to convince him to work with me in some shape or form, and not really telling him everything about me. So I run the numbers, and when I run the numbers, I was like, oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. So I read what he was about. It matched exactly the kind of people that I surround myself with. And I immediately made the decision after that. So I stomped fear with facts, right? And I said, hey, I just needed this extra because everything seems so good that I wanted to make sure, just as a second or third opinion, if this was going to be a great match. So, I signed up for the partnership, and, we started this joint venture together just recently. And so far, so good. It's going wonderful. We got great plans ahead of us. And, there'll be more to come. You guys will be hearing more about that in the future, whoever follows me. But in the meantime, this is what helped me. So I wanted to talk about it today. So the person who introduced me to this is a friend of mine from Europe. And a long time ago, when I was going through my healing process and all of that, and said, you know what, from this point forward, every time you start any type of relationship, business or personal, you should be checking first to see if they're even compatible with you. So are you guys doing that? That's my question, right? So let's see. Angel is asking me to do his. So let's do Angel's. Angel's is 4/23/1993. Oh, you're a baby, Angel. So that would be 0 plus 4 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 3. Okay, that's 31. So that will be your A4. 3 plus 1 is 4. I'm going to do that again. Yep. So you are A4, my friend. Angel, you are A4. So there you go. You just got to find people that are compatible with you, right? So for me, if I find a 5, let's say a person that's a 5, I automatically synchronize with that person, because we have a lot of the core values, and we have a lot of the characteristics that will be compatible with each other. If I find a 9, that means, we're going to be very compatible. Now with the 9, there's 2 egos together. Not egos as in a bad thing, but, we're like self-confident. So that may play a little role against each other. But if we play then what we call the feminine or the masculine, characters at any given point, then we'll be a phenomenal pairing, because we're both go-getters. We're both, people of just getting action, getting things done. My 5 is it's like more of my heart, right? As far as a relationship is concerned, they would be the ones that are the most compatible with me in my heart. Maybe in my family time, maybe in my, intimate time. My 9 is definitely business, and pleasure, right? Business and pleasure is the most compatible for me for a 9. And then the 5 is like life, right? Life period only, not so much business. No, there's no good or bad. Okay. Thank you, Angel, for asking me that question. So Angel is asking me, is that good or bad? No, we don't know. Let me find out for you, okay? Let me find out for you what your numerology number 4 mean. And we'll talk about that, okay? We'll have a little bit of fun. I don't have a lot of time to check everybody, but I will definitely give you some good stuff. So let me see. Numerology number 4. All right, so 4 in numerology. Okay, I'm going to read it to you. It says they are driven and determined to create a stable and secure life for themselves. They don't care much for money, but they place a heavy focus on financial stability. Similarly, they are more for respect than fame, and they care more about doing the best job they can than being the head of the company. So there you have it. Does that describe you? Yes or no? So again, you guys can go into any of these numerology reports, punch in that kind of stuff, and it's phenomenal. Again, the numbers, you may have one number that's super compatible with you, but maybe that's not what the important compatibility that you're looking for. It just depends on what you're looking for. For me, because I am a business person, I'm always looking for compatibility for business. Like, are we going to be in tune with our careers, right? You can't have, per se, somebody that works a 9-to-5 job with a person that we can work 24 hours a day if the job needs to get done. Those people probably, if they don't understand each other in another level, they're gonna clash. If you have 2 entrepreneurs, but they're both trying to dominate, they're both trying to be the bosses, or like, the owner of the companies, they may clash too. So again, it just depends on what you're looking for. When it comes to, for me, I like a good balance, because I am very in tune with my feminine and masculine roles in my own life. I could play both. I could be that water when I need to be, and I could be that rock when I need to be. But not a lot of people are like that. And same thing for my partners. My partners, that's what I look for. I look for somebody that can dominate and can be strong and take the reins and keep moving forward. But I also sometimes just like to take care of you. And I want you to calm yourself down. And I want to be the dominating factor. And I want to be the one that's, the head for once. And so again, a lot of women, they just want to be the water. They just want to be the feminine side. That's their role. Usually they're called trophy wives. No part intended. But and then we have the contrary. A lot of women make a mistake of always wanting to be that feminist and always wanted to be in the role of command. And that's a turnoff. That's a turnoff for a lot of men. Geez, that's a turnoff for me too. If you do not master both, then you're probably going to have some discrepancies in your relationships, both business and pleasure. Now, same with men. Don't think that because I'm addressing women that you don't have that same problem. You do. You also have a feminine side. And if you're not in tune with it, you haven't recognized it and identified it, then, you probably have a lot to do. I mean, send me a private message. I'll help you discover that side. I'll give you some tips on how to do it. But one of the subjects I want to cover in one of our future live streams. I know. Michael is like scared, right? Yes, Michael. I'm going to send you a private invitation for that show, but we're going to talk about the theory of the river and the river. Okay. The theory of the river is there's two parts to the river. It's the water, right? The just flows. And then it's the river bank. That's the rock. That's the stern, right? That's the hard stuff that controls it. And then the water just kind of flows around. Well, in this type of conversation, we call the water the feminine side, and we call the bank or the river bank, what do we call it? We call it the masculine. And they both, it doesn't mean because you were born a female or born a male genitally that you can't be a female characteristic. Sometimes you have to. And you know, I know, Michael, you're saying what? I know your culture is a lot like mine. And we don't even talk about that, right? We get scared talking about things like that. Well, in reality, I have to tell you, if you master that, you become a better partner, both business and pleasure. So make sure that you guys stay tuned. I don't want to talk too much about the riverbank and the water because that's a whole show in its own. And I do want to really teach it to you with graphics and stuff like that because you're going to love it. And once you know it, it's going to change a lot of your interactions with other people. So let's see. I want to read some of your comments. I haven't been reading them a lot and I have a lot. So let's see. Okay. Angel, I did yours. Michael, let's see yours, Michael. So Michael's number is 0 plus 2, 0 plus 2, 3 plus 0, 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 0. That's a 22. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So you're a number 4. You're a lot of what I just told Angel he was, right? So that's 2 plus 3, that's 5, plus 1, that's 6, right? Plus 9, that's 15, plus 7, that's 22. So 2 plus 2 is 4. All right. So there you got it. There you have it. Angel, you said a handsome baby. I don't know. I can't see a picture. You're too far away on your profile photo. All right. Guillermo, you're joining us today. Memo, how are you? You're a 9, 11, 15, 19, 72. That's right. We're very compatible, especially in business. And you and I have had extensive talks about, you know, what your business goals are and your space here on earth. And yeah, we are very compatible when it comes to that. That's why we get along. All right. What are you saying? Are numbers considered compatible? What other numbers will be compatible to me? I have to do a whole report on you. Okay. So I'll help you get that done privately. The website that I usually get my compatibility reports that are free. I'll tell you in a minute. Compatibility report in numerology. There's one I've been using, and it's called, I'm going to give them a shout out, right? Okay, here it is. It's called the 7. I'll put it on the chat. 7. I hope these people see that I'm giving them and send me some free reports. 7th Life Path.com. Let them know you heard it from me. But 7, so go there It will give you a numerology compatibility reading for free. You know, you can get more intense and pay all the extra stuff, but you really don't need it. And so that's where it is, seventhlifepath.com. So go on there and check it out, you know, get your compatibility report, 7LifePath. Yes, 7lifepath.com. Cecile, thank you for joining us today. But it is so cool to go and find out who's compatible. And even, you know, even like the people in your life, like if you're having struggle understanding somebody, ask them for their birthday, run a compatibility report, and it will tell you a lot about who they are. And maybe this will be good in business too. Maybe you have a big client that you're trying to help. This is exactly what happened to you know, my new partnership. It was more about, hey, if he's going to become my client, right, for a long period of time, because we're looking at, you know, 10 years span of doing business together. So do I really want to be in business with somebody who is completely not in my space? No, I don't need to. So I ran a compatibility report, and there you have it. So hopefully you enjoyed the show today. Sorry we could never Dario will be here in another show. You guys are going to love him. He is a numerology expert. He's a European guy that has dedicated his life for that. You know, he's lived in like with monks and just very spiritual. And I wanted him to be on here today because I wanted him to talk about this, but I talked about it. So next week, I'm not sure if I can connect them or not, but if not, next week's topic will be about the river water and the riverbank. So stay tuned for next week. And for all of those that speak Espanol, I will see you on Thursday. And go run your reports. Tell me who your numbers are. I hope that you continue to put it on the comments on Facebook or YouTube. And hopefully we will see you next week. All right. Have an awesome week. Blessings, lots of love, and go conquer the world.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way.